What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. In this video today, I am going to be going over 3 monthly paying dividend stocks that you need to be having in your portfolio. So you guys, without further ado, let's get into it. You guys, excuse this mess that is coming at you through the screen today. This was kind of a last minute situation. Now, a little disclaimer, the stocks I'm talking about, I mean, they're obviously good stocks, but the prices that you may see on screen or what have you may be different than when you're actually watching this during that specific day. I do record a little bit earlier. This one, unfortunately, is a little bit way earlier than I normally record just because of some personal reasons. But you guys, without talking too much about all that crap that you really don't care about, if you are new here, what is going on? My name is Nikki, and it would mean the absolute world to me if you would consider subscribing by hitting the NB in the bottom corner or the red subscribe button and join the crew. Join the crew, join the journey. On this channel, I post 2 times a week, ranging from faith, business, finance, literally my life. I believe everyone is on the journey of life, and everyone's journey is worth sharing. So if you're into that, or if you're just into hanging out with me half as much as I love hanging out with all of y'all, please consider subscribing. All right, guys, so I have some awesome stocks here, specifically 3 Robinhood dividend paying stocks that you are going to receive passive income for just holding in your stock market portfolio. But just real damn quick, I want to go over just a few basic things, y'all. So the first thing is, what is a dividend? If you have not watched any of my other videos, if you don't watch stock videos in general, which I'm not really sure why you would watch this if you don't, but a dividend specifically is basically what a company will pay shareholders for holding equity and ownership within their company, a certain percent of their extra profits that they give back to people that have money in their company. Now, the reason why this video specifically is pretty cool, because these 3 stocks pay monthly when majority of stocks are paying you quarterly, which means they pay every 3 months. But these 3 are gonna be money in your pocket every single month. So that's kind of just giving you a very short, quick, snippet little point. I'm trying to be good about not keeping these videos way too freaking long. I talk too much about stocks because I absolutely love them, I adore them, but I'm trying to do better for all y'all, so let's just keep it chugging along. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna get into these 3 stocks. 2 are actually REITs, which is a real estate investment trust. It's basically allowing you to invest in real estate without buying physical property of real estate, which I would also kind of recommend you think about. But if you want to be totally passive, REITs are definitely the way to go. So I have 2 on this list, and then I have 1 ETF that I actually kind of just found and kind of researched and all that stuff, and I wanted to add it to this list because I really like where it is. Very similar to an ETF that I currently already have in my portfolio. All right, you guys, so you probably already know the first one I'm going to talk about. It is literally, I think, in every single dividend investor's portfolio, and that one is Realty Income, ticker symbol O. You guys, hands down, I believe that this is the best REIT that you could possibly put your money into. As you can see here, I actually do not currently own it. I really wanted to. It hit 49 at one point, and I was like itching, but you know, unemployment rates are high, and you know, let's just say I just didn't pull the trigger. But as you can look here, they're paying a dividend of 5.06%, which is awesome. Now remember, this is monthly, and there are specific rules with the real estate trusts that, what is going on out there? So yes, REITs have to pay 90% of their taxable income annually to their shareholders. That's a guideline that is set up by the SEC for REITs. Oh my god, dude, talk. For REITs specifically. Damn, girl, come on, get it out. All right, guys, so looking back here at the stats of the company, like I said, a 5.06% dividend. Their current PE ratio is at 38, which I feel like is a little high, but you know what? I think Realty Income is so solid, and the reason I honestly think that is because of a lot, but I'm gonna try and narrow it down for all y'all. One of the first reasons why I absolutely love Realty Income is because that they are the, I think, personally, in my own opinion, and also, wait, side note, my thing got updated. I was waiting forever for the interface of Robinhood to get updated. Finally, we're here, we made it. Give this video a thumbs up just because I was waiting forever for that. Realty Income is the heavy hitter, and they have so many buildings that are rented out by such great tenants like Walgreens, Home Depot, FedEx, I believe, is on there. They just have these very heavy hitters. And so it was announced in the month of April, they were actually the #1 REIT to collect their April rent payments from their tenants. That shows that their tenants can pay rent. And not only that, but if hard times come, those type of tenants and those big industries and names and brands and companies have a little bit easier time getting financial aid if need be. The second reason why I absolutely love this for a REIT is the fact that it has been paying its dividends out for 35+ years. And that's crazy, especially the fact that these pay monthly. It's not like another company where it's paying quarterly. Like, they are dishing this out every single dang month, and for that it is so freaking awesome. I guess if you were to find a little minor flaw here, Realty Income does have like a 84% payout ratio, which is like a little bit high. Basically that's just saying a lot of its profits are going back to shareholders, but I mean, to be honest with you, there's guidelines making that almost mandatory for real estate trusts, so I'm not too concerned about the 84. They've done it for so long, they have that history there that it's really not a big deal. And one little thing also to add that I'm not a huge fan of, but it is what it is the fact that REITs are taxed different than normal dividend income. They can be taxed as capital gains and like ordinary income. So just make sure you kind of research about that and get that all figured out, and make sure that REITs are kind of where you want to put it. But all in all, you guys, for dividend investing, Realty Income, you honestly cannot go wrong. And that makes me want to say, do not ever listen to me. Always do your own research. I'm just a girl on YouTube documenting her stock market journey, so make sure that you're checking out your own paperwork, education, all that. So the next one on my list, you guys, is Stag Industrial. It is an industrial REIT. I believe it's 450 or over 450 buildings that are warehouses that they rent out to their tenants. Let's go ahead and dive in here a little bit more. We can see they're currently trading for $27.33 at this moment in time. They got a 5.35% dividend yield, which is awesome, which is coming in monthly for you. PE ratio again 37, kind of like Realty there, Realty Income. It's not the end of the world. It's a little high, I think, but overall here, if we look at the 5-year, we can see they're also kind of a growing company right there. Okay, you see that? I always like to see that in my investments. And one reason why I put Stag Industrial on my list, even though I don't currently own it, which I have my eye on, it's obviously on my watch list, that's because of this whole corona situation has really kind of opened my eyes to kind of, excuse me, to make sure I'm investing in companies that I feel like can adapt to very sudden change and very quickly. And so the fact that Stag Industrial is in that industrial space with those warehouse spaces, knowing that like with what we have going on, so much shopping and consumer purchase is being done online, those businesses and need to have warehouses to fulfill those orders. So for something like Stag, for me in my brain, I'm like, okay, so it's rocking and rolling when the economy is great. It can rock and roll when the economy is rocky, because if people are e-commerce and shopping online 95% more, those places still need warehouses to ship those goods out. So like I said, the 5.35% dividend, they have been paying that for 8 uninterrupted years, which is solid. It's not as much as Realty Income. That's why I think Realty is the #1, but this one is a close second in my eyes. Their payout ratio is a little bit lower at 78%, so they're not using as much, but it's still over the 60% average that a lot of investors like to stick by. But all in all, you guys, Stag Industrial, I honestly really do like this. And with the whole, like I said, recent thing, it's just really made me kind of like, yo, they need it when we need it, and we need it when we're in the house. Like, you need it all the time. So for me, Stag Industrial is going to, if you have Stag, let me know down below. I'm thinking about adding it probably here soon. Obviously, you know my rule about the green. When it's green, that's when I hold back a little bit. So just let me know down below if you have Stag and how many you have of it. Okay, all right, thanks. Alright, you guys, moving right along, do me a fave. If this video is actually under 15 minutes, can you please just smash that thumbs up button, because your girl has been working extremely hard to get these videos under like 20 minutes. It's harder than you think, so please give this video a thumbs up if your girl did it. So the next stock I'm going to dive into here is actually an ETF, and I honestly, like, I don't talk about ETFs enough. I really like them. Now, if you don't know what ETF is, I mean, you honestly probably should, so I'll keep it real crystal clear for y'all, okay? An ETF essentially is a stock that you can buy that in and of itself is diversified across many companies. You don't have to buy every single one of those companies. You can invest money into the ETF stock and it'll diversify it for you. And y'all already know that diversification in the stock market portfolio, definitely what you need. And I had mentioned before that this one specifically, very similar to my SPHD ETF monthly paying dividend that I already have in my portfolio. I do not currently have the one I'm about to share with you, but then again, it is on my watch list, and that is Global X Super Dividend US ETF. Damn. ticker symbol DIV. It is currently trading around the $16 mark here. Let's go down here. Check out that dividend. Now, normally I shy away, like I've said, from anything over like a 7 is a huge red flag for me. But with ETFs, it's a little bit of a different story, just because ETFs are so diversified in general that I'm not really honestly too concerned about that being at 11.5. Because if I look right above it at that PE ratio, we're at 13, and that is an awesome PE ratio in my eyes. That means that that stock is pretty fairly valued, if not undervalued. But I will say, you guys, this is strictly a dividend play. Let's look at that 5-year. Look at that. It's been pretty much linear at the mid 20 mark. Then we had that huge drop off. So it's down about 44%. If you were to load up on this, I mean, you may see some pretty good returns in capital growth right there, just because if it does go up to its pre-COVID levels, you're gonna make some money on a growth, not a growth, but you know, capital gains, basically. Growth, I guess. But right now at $15.68, I think it's a really good price. So specifically here, DIV tracks an equally weighted index of 50 high dividend, low volatility companies. So the cool thing also about this is it is, how do I explain this without like super confusing me and everybody over there? So this ETF invests in companies that themselves pay quarterly, but the ETF is taking that money and paying their shareholders monthly. So it has companies like Kraft, Verizon, General Mills. It's got some pretty good companies in there that I really do like. And you guys, they have been paying a dividend for at least 7 years. I was trying to find like their actual dividend history. It was kind of honestly hard for me to find it, but when I went back and looked at charts and stuff, it looked like it all started in about 2013. So at least 7 years they've been paying a dividend out. So for me, that's pretty good. All the other reasons I talked about, just it being an ETF that's paying you monthly, is very, in my eyes, awesome, because you have that lesser risk with kind of a greater reward, if you ask me, because you're getting paid every month. And especially now with where it's at, like I said, if you do invest at this $15-16 mark and it goes up to its pre-COVID levels, you're gonna be making some capital profit there as well. So I don't know, DIV might be something you want to add to your watch list. Let me know if you have DIV. What do you see? What are your thoughts about it? What do you think? But one little tidbit that I want to mention about ETFs that I had mentioned before, but they do have management fees, so they always range. So make sure when you're doing your education and your due diligence to research a company or a stock that you want to be putting your hard-earned ass money into, that you make sure you understand that management fee, what it's covering, how much it is, what it works out to be annually, and do that on your own for each specific ETF that you were looking at to put your money. All right, y'all, I might be a little bit biased that 2 out of my 3 were REITs, just because I am a real estate agent here in Southern California. I absolutely love the real estate industry. So you guys, if you enjoyed my choices, please let me know down below. If you made it this far in the video, please smash the like button. It would mean so freaking much to me, honest to God. And the YouTube algorithm loves it. It pushes the content out to other people, and it would just mean the world. And also, if you made it this far and you are not subscribed to the crew, to the journey, to the channel, please make sure you do so. Just hit the button. And you already know, if you are this far, you're gonna get some kisses. You are the real MVP. Come here, you know I love you. And you guys, as always, like I say, enjoy the journey, whatever your journey is, and always remember to do what sets your heart on fire. And I will catch y'all in my next video. Bye, guys.